Hey guys, what's up? My name is Gerardo. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, I run Resilient. Resilient is my vintage resale business where I travel around the country, travel around the city, ultimately selling vintage gear I find. As you can tell from the title, I went to Thriftcon Charlotte this last weekend. I'm currently back in my apartment, so I'm filming my intro here and then I'm gonna film my outro as well. But ultimately, it was a great event. I had a ton of fun. The drive, like literally everything went super smoothly. I vended with my girlfriend. That was a ton of fun as well. Quickly, I'll explain what Thriftcon is. Then I'll get straight into the clips of what happened at the event. So Thriftcon is an event that travels around the country. There was about 7 this year, and essentially over like 200 vendors pop up. Each booth is their own individualized business, ranging from like 10 by 10s, so like 10 foot by 10 foot booth, up to 20 by 20 foot booths. So you can definitely tell the size difference, and it's super cool because each booth is their own personalized like style aesthetic. This was actually my 15th Thriftcon I've ever done, and I'm super grateful to be even saying that. I'll get more into that and like I guess my thoughts behind doing so many Thriftcon at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. The most recent Thriftcon was in Charlotte, North Carolina. The first time Thriftcon was in this city, and honestly the first time I was in North Carolina as well. So it was a risk, but it definitely turned out for the best. That's all the background info you need for Thriftcon. I didn't get any clips of like pre-setup day, but basically the clips start from the morning of Thriftcon, just getting done set up. So yeah, let's check it out. What's up guys, we're at Thriftcon Charlotte. We just got done setting up. The booth is looking good. It was a little hectic in the morning, I'm not gonna lie, but we were able to set everything up. And yeah, it's early bird right now, so we're waiting for people to come in, but it's looking good. Yeah, quickly, I'm gonna go through some of the pieces in the booth. We got a bunch of jeans. You guys saw in the last video, a ton of camo tees. Have to stay strapped on these. We got 3 racks of sweatshirts and sweaters. Literally 3 racks, because this is the thing that sells the most. Grandma sweatshirts, I feel these will fly. Let's see, we got a bunch of wall pieces on the wall. A lot of good band shirts, a lot of good just pop culture tees. For my alternative people, we got some like emo bands and stuff like that, so those are cool. Behind the camera girl over here, my beautiful girlfriend has her racks over here. She has 4 racks set up, a lot of great pieces. We're actually sharing a booth. We have a little checkout station, tote bags as well. We do have a bunch of discount tees. Our discount rack is 1 for 20, 2 for 30. So we anticipate a lot of these selling. And then on the other side of the booth, we just have a ton of t-shirts, collared shirts. We have Carhartt jackets, just a bunch of goodies. But all in all, I like the way the booth looks. I have a good feeling about Thriftcon. So it is 12 o'clock. Technically the event's, since general admission, it's been 2 hours. We're exhausted. Sales have been really good. We're already like literally behind me. This is a bunch of free space. I have to shove the racks much closer together because we're selling a lot. The event's really good. I'm taking a little breather because I've been in front of the booth, just watching the booth. Shout out to my girlfriend, handling the register, doing a great job here. Say hi, girlfriend. So Thriftcon has about like 10 minutes left. The event went really well. We sold a lot of great items, and
definitely on the way back home, the trailer's gonna be really empty, which I'm grateful for that. Teardown's gonna be interesting. I'll try to get some clips of it, but essentially we're gonna try to pack everything up, try to get some food in us. We literally are surviving off of like these protein bar kind of deals. Dude, oh, shout out Bobos. I'm tired of these guys. But yeah, let's get packed up.
The music is really loud. I don't know how you focus like this.
Huh?
I keep looking at you instead of the camera. Okay. I'm not gonna say anything, turn it off. You're wasting your storage.
I have plenty of storage.
No,
I
you
bought an expensive
Oh
storage
my
car.
god. Of course you bought expensive everything.
Say hi, what'd you think of the event?
It was fun. It was really stressful. I'm hungry.
Literally, it's Wednesday. Thriftcon was last Sunday, but I'm still pretty tired from the event. And ultimately from driving, what was it, the 15-hour drive? But yeah, that was the event, guys. It was cool to see how many people showed up, and even like, there was a small interaction where earlier in the year, I went to Thriftcon Atlanta, and I had some people from Thriftcon Atlanta actually come to Thriftcon Charlotte. I guess just because it's only like 3-hour drive in between. So to see like old customers show up and like, hey, I remember you from Atlanta, that was a really cool experience in its own. And I wanted to talk a little bit about like, obviously doing 15 Thriftcons. To think about whenever I first started doing Thriftcons back whenever COVID not just got finished, but it was like kind of towards the back end of COVID. We had Thriftcon Houston, never heard of Thriftcon before, but randomly decided to sign up for Thriftcon Houston. We had a 15 by 15 and we just did what we could and we were hooked. It was the most money we made in one day and it was just an unreal experience. And it jumps to December of 2021, the first Thriftcon LA, and just to be transparent, it was the worst Thriftcon I've ever done. In all the 15 Thriftcons I've done, it was the worst. There were so many logistical errors. It really wasn't on Thriftcon. It was just so many little things that just made it bad. And ultimately, emotionally, it was a hard event as well, because it was that Thriftcon that like brought a new like perspective to my life, if that makes sense, because that was like the most stressed I felt. And ultimately, it's an intense thing whenever you're going to a city that's 24 hours away. That 24-hour drive there, 24-hour drive back. You have all your inventory on you. At the time, I believe I was like 20. Borrowing my dad's truck, renting out a U-Haul. First time driving a U-Haul trailer, like pulling it behind my dad's truck. It was just the most intense thing ever. Ultimately, just to get transparent, it was a tough event. And that was my second Thriftcon ever. Fast forward to basically, I guess 3 years of doing Thriftcons, because the first year was like only 2 events. It was like 2 actual solid years of nonstop Thriftcons. Here I am at Thriftcon number 15. Obviously, the business has changed so much. People came and go with the business. If you know, you know. New relationships started, new friendships started. Like, it's just insane that all this came because of used clothes. I'm eternally grateful for the opportunity to be able to do these things, to be able to document these things, and just to be in the position where I'm at today. Ultimately, growing up, I knew I wanted to do what I loved. I hated the idea of like confining yourself to, just to be transparent, like a 9-to-5 job, of not knocking anyone for like pursuing that lifestyle, but it just wasn't for me. Just like sacrificing your freedom just for a paycheck, and just, yes, there's the security of it, but it's just kind of like, I'd rather risk it all and be happy, because at the end of the day, I might not be the richest man in the world, but I may have been one of the happiest mans. And ultimately, through this experience of selling clothes, I feel like I'm striving towards that. For this upcoming year at Thriftcons, it makes me think that like, what's next for the brand? And ultimately, obviously, I'm still going to continue going to Thriftcons, but it's just a matter of like whether I'm going to open up a brick and mortar store, if I'm going to expand the website, if I'm going to focus more online. I don't know. It's just like so many thoughts are in my head, but one thing thing I could tell you is I'm excited and I'm willing to work for it. About filming this video, I just broke 100 subscribers on YouTube, so I want to quickly talk about that for a second. I want to say thank you guys so much for that. It's really cool. Obviously, YouTube is something sincere to me. I've been watching YouTube since I was in middle school, basically, since I was able to get like basically an iPod and watch YouTube. I've always watched YouTube. And it's cool, like to see like 3 digits for subscribers. 100 of y'all guys subscribe. That is so freaking sick. Generally, I'm grateful, and generally, like, I feel happy doing this. Thank you guys for supporting the vision. Thank you guys for checking out Resilient. God, I don't know where I would be without Resilient right now. I could say shout out Thriftcon. Also, this is a Thriftcon video, but I began to ramble on a little bit, but I feel like it made the video what it is. Thank you guys so much for everything. I hope you guys have a great day today. See ya.